Well, as the election nears, there's growing concern about security. This week in Oklahoma, an ISIS sympathizer was arrested for plotting a violent attack on the election. And Minnesota Secretary of State Steve Simon is just one of more than 20 state election officials across the country who have received threats. Earlier this morning, I spoke to the secretary. And Secretary Simon joins us now. Thank you so much, Secretary, for coming in or joining us on this Sunday morning.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Let me ask you, it used to be, with all due respect, that Secretary of State was not a very high-profile job when it came to state offices. You are on the front lines of so much. I want to talk about some of the threats before we get to how voting is going. Do you have any update on the envelope that was sent to you and 20 other state secretaries of state from the so-called United States Traitor Elimination Army?
Yes, I know that the Department of Justice and the FBI are vigorously pursuing whoever sent this. We just had some indirect contact with them on Friday, so there's an ongoing investigation. But you're right, this was a number of states that received this package. Our office had to evacuate on that day and have Postal Inspection Service and FBI come in and test it. Fortunately, no one was hurt, no one was harmed, but there's an ongoing investigation. Yeah.
And can you reveal what was discussed with you with the Justice Department on Friday?
Just that there's an ongoing investigation, and they asked about certain things that they could look at. That's probably all I should say.
Okay. There was an ISIS sympathizer arrested in Oklahoma. I know that you know that. When people are hearing this, I mean, what steps are you taking to try and make sure that voting for individuals is safe, both in terms of by mail and also in person?
Well, security is a huge, huge priority. We now have in our office a dedicated team that helps local governments with physical security. Physical security not only on Election Day, but the other 364 days out of the year. And I just want Minnesotans to know, despite these headlines, and they're serious, and we should pay attention to them and cover them and talk about them, that our polling places are really, really safe. We have good laws in place that limit who can be there and limit what people can do once they're there. Now, that's never any guarantee, of course.
Mr. Secretary, can I just ask you, though, you mentioned the security you're coordinating with election offices all over the state. Have you ever had to do that before?
No, and just a few years ago, we never had to do that. It's only in the last few years that we had to spin up this particular part of that group's responsibility, which is coordinating and cooperating with local governments on physical security, not just cyber security that we had going for a few years, but physical security in the polling places.
All right, we know that 600,000 ballots have been distributed from your office, absentee ballots, and that 220,000 Minnesotans have already voted. How is that going?
It's going really, really well and really smoothly. We're getting compliments left and right. People really like the convenience of it. I would say it's quite a bit above the pace of 8 years ago, 2016, but not as strong as 2020. But 2020 was COVID, and there was a huge surge in absentee voting that year because people didn't want to go to crowded places like polling places. So maybe a good comparison is 2016, and by that measure, we're at about double what we were then.
All right, I want to ask you about a glitch that occurred. You called it a glitch that occurred earlier. Minnesota has a new law that once you renew your driver's license, you're automatically registered to vote. And there were about 1,000 people who were registered who lacked documentation. You folks caught it, and they were taken off the registration rolls. How is that going? It seems like that would be a pretty tedious process to go through all of these driver's license records.
Well, it's extremely thorough. So once we caught this issue, we recommended, and they agreed at the driver's license office run by the Department of Safety, that they would go back, not just do a sample, but go through literally every single one of the people who had by then gone through the system, literally every record. And so we've now asked them to implement systems, which they have, that I think is going to put us in real good shape. Namely, there will be 2 sets of eyes, not just one, 2 sets of human eyes that will review every one of these records.
All right. Well, listen, Secretary of State Steve Simon, thank you so much for your time, and we'll obviously be checking in with you in the next 3 weeks leading up to the election day.
Happy to do it. Thank you.